You've been requesting a tamale recipe, so when my daughter suggested Birria Tamales, I was right on top of that. Let me show you how we prepared it. To prepare the sauce, we used 4 chile anchos, 10 to 12 chiles de arbol, and about 10 chile guajillos. We removed the seeds from all of the peppers except for the chiles de arbol. Those you want to leave the seeds in there because that's what's going to make it extra spicy. But if you prefer them not too spicy, you can leave the chiles de arbol out completely or you can add less. Give the peppers a good rinse and set them aside to dry while we cut 5 pounds of boneless chuck roast into 3 to 4 inch pieces. Generously season them with salt and pepper and set them aside for about 15 minutes. Roughly chop 1 medium onion and peel 1 entire head of garlic. Using a large stock pot, melt 3 to 4 tablespoons of manteca. Add in the peppers, the garlic, and the onion. Lightly fry them over medium heat for about 4 to 5 minutes or until they're nice and pliable and fragrant. Then transfer everything to the blender. Add 2 cups of beef broth or water to blend the ingredients. Blend for a good 1 to 2 minutes or until it's nice and smooth. Using a mortar, crush 6 to 8 peppercorns, 6 allspice berries, 5 to 6 whole cloves, and 1 teaspoon of thyme. Using the same stock pot with the manteca we used to fry the peppers, we're going to lightly sear the meat for about 7 to 10 minutes. The sauce turned out super nice and smooth, so I'm just going to add it directly into the stock pot. Or you can also strain it if you prefer. We're also going to add about 16 cups of water. That may seem like a lot of water, but we are going to use the broth to prepare the masa for the tamales, so you want to make sure there's plenty of broth available. Add 2 cinnamon sticks, 2 bay leaves, the crushed seasonings, and about 1 tablespoon of oregano. Give it a light mix and add salt or beef bouillon if needed. Once it reaches a light simmer, turn it down to low heat and cook for about 3 to 4 hours. Once it's almost done, rinse your corn husks and soak them in very hot water for about 1 hour. We left this to cool down for a few hours. You want the broth to be a little bit warm before you begin to prepare the masa. You don't want it to be too hot. Remove the meat from the stock pot and mix in 2 to 3 cups of the broth from the stock pot. To prepare the masa for the tamales, you're going to need a very large bowl. Add 5 pounds of your preferred masa, and we're also going to mix in 1.5 pounds of manteca. Mix until it has a crumbly texture. Then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of baking soda, and about 2 tablespoons of salt for now. Just keep in mind that the broth already has salt, so don't add too much salt to the masa. Mix in those ingredients, then we're going to begin to add the broth. I'm going to start out with 6 cups. We're going to mix that in, then we're going to continue to add as needed. With the amount of masa I used, I ended up using about 14 cups of broth. When preparing this recipe or any other tamale recipe, make sure to have plenty of store-bought broth just in case you don't have enough of the broth. Mix for a good 20 to 30 minutes and make sure to have plenty of help standing by. You'll know your masa is ready when it becomes more easier to manage and it's nice and fluffy like this. Before we begin to prepare the tamales, drain the corn husks. Arrange all your ingredients so you can have everything within reach. This is my first time preparing this recipe, and for the first batch I used shredded mozzarella cheese. For the second batch I used strips of mozzarella cheese. The ones with the strips of mozzarella cheese turned out so much better than the ones with the shredded cheese. When preparing your tamales, add the masa over the smoother side of the corn husk. Add the meat, the cheese, fold it close and continue with the rest of the tamales until you run out of ingredients. If you have meat left over, use it to prepare queso birria tacos. Arrange the tamales in the steamer and cover with the remainder of the corn husk. Steam for 1.5 to 2 hours on low heat. Remove the tamales and allow them to cool down for about 10 minutes before removing the husk. And now for the moment that we've all been waiting for, the taste test. These tamales taste so delicious with salsa macha, and I can't begin to tell you how delicious these turned out. I hope you give this recipe a try. Thanks for watching and happy holidays.